Although we can now navigate between the different views of our application, one thing our two view models can't do yet is communicating with each other. Let's see how we can add that into our application. In a typical application, we will have several view models. Our application is simple, but I think you can imagine a larger application with more screens and thus more view models. If we need to have these different view models communicate with each other, we can introduce a reference from view model A to view model B. And then B will need to talk with another view model, so we need to introduce another reference, and so on and so on. This way, our view models become very dependent on one another. While that is not necessarily a big issue, it will make testing the view models in isolation much more difficult. We need to mock out the dependencies this way, and that is not ideal. Isn't there a better way to let our view models communicate? Inspired by our quest to bring loose coupling all over the architecture, we can introduce an intermediate in the form of a messenger. Imagine that view model A, the one on the left, wants to inform the other view models B and C on the right about a certain event. Instead of creating a hard reference between the different view models, we're going to let view model A send a message to our intermediate, the messenger. View models B and C have, on beforehand, said to the messenger that they would be interested in being notified about a certain message coming in. So what the messenger does in response is that it'll broadcast the message to the interested view models. This way, the different view models can communicate without a tight link being created between them. Mission accomplished. The good news is that this concept is natively supported in Xamarin Forms through the Messaging Center. The Messaging Center, as the name implies, allows objects to register through the subscribe method for a given message. This means that they will be informed when a certain message is sent. Sending a message to the Messaging Center can be done using the send method. This can then result in the message being forwarded to one or more interested parties.